Hi, and hope all of you are having a super day, and I wish a super day ahead too. And I wanted to talk about how poor can your poor self-image be. So, two things. Number one, it is a poor self-image. How does a poor self-image actually come into the picture? Number one, there are deep emotional hurts. There are deep emotional hurts which are it could be in your childhood or even before that while you're in a mother's womb, which could have got creeped into your system, which can cause, a huge, subtle damage, which you wouldn't be knowing. The other thing would be that as you're growing, when people are kind of not giving you good comments or not giving you, encouraging or edifying comments, putting you up and some kind of these are all subtle methods of character assassination. It's like kind of first of all, the first important thing is that you need to consciously be a person who is enlightened to keep finding your identity every day. You got to every day is different, every day is beautiful, every day is something new. You have to pep yourself back and like figure that out. There are so many people who are living even without that. The other thing which could trouble you in the emotional aspect could be self pity. When you start comparing and saying that I don't have this, I don't have that, that could be one of the reasons why your self image can't grow as it has to. It's like a seed which is put in the soil among thorns. As the seed grows, the thorns actually choke the plant out. It's a dangerous place to be in. By the good grace of God, when I discovered areas like this, I chose to walk out of it. See, having compassion is one thing, and acting using the compassion is a very important thing. You got to act on yourself. Use, the compassion to act on yourself. Don't stay in self pity. It's going to put you down. From the day of Garibi Hatao to the day of Ache Din, we've been talking about, calling upon the spirit of prosperity over the country. And prosperity is not just about having more money and wealth and stuff and that sort. It's about well-being, which begins from within, of eradicating a poverty mindset right inside. And that's when your poor self-image goes. Let me explain this to you in a form of a story. It's an experience that I had when I went to Kanchipuram, a place in Tamil Nadu, which is famous for temples and also the silk saris that they make. It's a wonderful place to be in. I had watched this movie in which Surya had starred in called Yeram Ariv, which was about Bodhidharman, one of the old Buddhist sages of the country who went to China and did a lot of work. In fact, he brought the kung fu and all those things for the Chinese people. The martial arts was introduced into China by him, is what they claim and they believe. So I was so curious and I was like, oh my God, I need to go to this place, figure out, I want to somehow get connected to this place and see what is this, where is he? And so I took a couple of friends and packed off. We went over there. We wanted to kind of go around the place. We wanted to visit a few temples and, we wanted to see some places where my ancestors also had lived and all those things. So we went there and figured out and, we were having a good time. But one night we went to one of the shops to buy some soda. Like you get something called as paneer soda. So we went there and we asked this person there. There was a man who was around 40, 45, 50 years old, and then also his mother, little older, sitting there. And I asked about the story of this Bodhidharman and all these things. And then suddenly this lady exclaimed and said, "Nanga kuda Raja Paramparada pa." I was like, what that means is basically we come from a royal family. I was like, what? Royal family selling beedi, soda, and chips? What's happening here? So the damage could have come in any form wherein your identity has been reduced to poverty and you have a poor self-image. I want you guys to go back and think that I need to raise back if you have this, or if you have people around you. Oh, I worked on people like that. You would never believe to the level at which they can never raise their self-esteem up, even to the level at which they can just be practical. too tedious. I worked on a number of people, and then some of them I gave up because I said I can't do that, right? So in the same way, it's self-help is best help. So go back and figure out whatever damage could have been created in your own life or in someone else's life who you can put a helping hand to. I tell you, you have a king, you have a queen, you have a prince, you have a princess sleeping inside of you. Just wake it up. Just wake it up. Just wake it up. I'm 100% sure about this, that your attitude will change. Your attitude will change. You will be transformed to walk out of that poor self-image. So how poor is not the question. How poor can be at whatever levels. Whoever or whatever has caused the damage. Situations, circumstances, people, whatever it is. Today I tell you, go back and raise that royal blood deep inside of you. All of us are called to be royal because God is a king and a queen for us. So go out, live fantastic, be as the children of the kingdom. God bless.